Derek Lunsford, a rising star in the men's open division, is eager to end his off-season and begin preparing for the contest. In a recent episode of the Truth podcast with Haney Rambod, Lunsford talked about his strategy for the 2023 Mr. Olympia, the improvements he has made, and how he deals with anxiety and depression. Last year, Lunsford found himself in an unexpected situation at the Pittsburgh Pro when Mamdao Big Ramy Elspieh was unable to fulfill his guest posing obligation and Lunsford took his place. Despite being a 212 competitor, Lunsford held his own against open talent such as Nick Walker, Quinton Aria, Hunter Labrada, and Brandon Curry, shocking the world. Lunsford received a special invitation to compete in the open division at Mr. Olympia. While some thought he should have earned his invitation, Lunsford made the most of his debut in the open class by finishing as runner-up to Hadi Choopan. In a surprising turn of events, Ramy fell to 5th place. Instead of participating in the 2023 Arnold Classic won by Samson Dauda, Derek Lunsford decided to focus on making improvements. In May, he had the opportunity to stand next to Dauda and other top competitors at Jim Mannion's Pittsburgh Pro. Given Lunsford's condition at the Pittsburgh Pro guest posing, fans are expecting his best physique yet in a few months. According to Rambod, Derek's preparations intensify 10–12 weeks before Mr. Olympia. Usually about 10 or 12 weeks out we try to shut it down. So, we're far enough out, we have plenty of time. But I think what he's alluding to is the fact that he's been so busy when you're out constantly. Even in the off-season, it's hard to even get all the meals in because you're traveling, all of the rest in because you're traveling, to get all of the really good high-level workouts in because you're using gyms that are probably not accustomed to, said Rambod. Rambod stated that Derek's preparations for Mr. Olympia become more intense 10–12 weeks before the competition. Usually about 10 or 12 weeks out we try to shut it down. So, we're far enough out, we have plenty of time. But I think what he's alluding to is the fact that he's been so busy when you're out constantly. Even in the off-season, it's hard to even get all the meals in because you're traveling, all of the rest in because you're traveling, to get all of the really good high-level workouts in because you're using gyms that are probably not accustomed to, said Rambod. Lunsford stated that his training is going well and that he has made improvements since the 2022 Mr. Olympia show. He is looking forward to increasing his training efforts in the near future. Things are good right now, training is good. I've made solid improvements since the Olympia, but I really want to get into my own routine at home, my own gym, and be able to just crank up the training over these next couple of months, for sure, Derek Lunsford shared. Lunsford admitted that he was in a dark place after his placings slipped while competing in the 212 division at Olympia. It was not purposeful, but you just think you need to take control and do it yourself. Then you realize one day, you just wake up and you're like, man, this just isn't working out. I don't know why. I'm doing everything. I feel like I'm doing everything right. I'm working really hard but it's not panning out. I feel like I'm going backward if anything. There was a point in my life where I was in such a dark place, man. So depressed that it was to the point that I literally didn't even want to be here anymore, said Lunsford. Yeah, it wasn't just the placings. I thought it was the placings at the time, but it was really just how I viewed myself. I just kind of started realizing like, oh man, I'm not the person that I truly want to be. I want to be one person. I say I'm one person, but I'm acting in a different way. I don't like it, and I want to truly live my life better. After discussing his experiences with depression, Lunsford shared his approach to dealing with anxiety. He said that finding balance, working hard, and pushing forward has helped him overcome the setback. You can disconnect. Anxiety can come from different places, right? I think even if you can disconnect from the comments or comparing yourself to somebody else in your position or whatever, I think myself, for example, when we were talking the other day on the phone, my anxiety has sometimes come from me feeling like I'm not doing enough. Whether it's I'm not training enough or I'm not putting up enough numbers in the gym or okay, I'm not posting enough or I'm not going here, there, or everywhere enough. I'm not making enough calls or just whatever it is that I'm trying to accomplish, that good isn't good enough kind of mentality. It can drive you far in life, but also, if it's really affecting you mentally, it can also hold you back at times too, Lunsford said. Lunsford revealed that a previous conversation with Rambod made him realize that he needed to achieve a better balance between his personal life, business life, and bodybuilding life. We were talking on the phone the other day about finding balance in all of this, working hard and pushing forward, but also being able to have this sort of calmness and patience along the way, Lunsford said. Actually, it's funny. Haney called me, what was it, like 2 months ago? You were like, hey, how are things going? And I'm like, everything is good. He could tell I was worked up about what we just talked about, the business stuff and the bodybuilding. He goes, how's life at home? I tell him, well, to be honest, if I'm 100% honest, I put that on the back burner a little bit. He goes, hey man, you have to get your crap together. He told me to go on vacation. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay updated on all of our latest content. Your support means everything to us, and we couldn't do this without you. So once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.